If you're like us and are always looking for ways to develop habits to up your game in business or life in general, keep watching as we review the second book in our series, Atomic Habits by James Clear. We're on a one book a month challenge, and every month we review a new book to help us in our business or personal life. If you're inspired to do the same, hit the subscribe button and follow along with us.
To begin the book, James Clear starts by explaining how small habits can make a huge difference. You might think that by improving by just 1% every day wouldn't make that much of an impact, but over time, that 1% compounds. He uses the story about how British cycling changed in 2003 when they hired Dave Brailsford to help the cyclists perform better. They were so bad that one of the top bike manufacturers in Europe refused to sell to the team because they were afraid it would hurt their sales. But after Brailsford figured out unexpected ways the team could improve in different aspects, from muscle recovery to changing the type of mattress they slept on, all of these tiny improvements over time led to the British cycling team setting 9 Olympic records and 7 world records. But James Clear warns that your habits can compound for you or against you, so make sure that you're changing for the better, because things like stress and negative thoughts also compound.
But it's easier said than done. Changing habits over a long period of time and getting the results that you want is not easy. This is because we try to change the wrong thing and we try to change our habits in the wrong way. For it to work, there are 3 layers of ways we need to change our behavior. One is changing our outcome. The second is changing our processes, like decluttering and organizing, so we can work better. The third is changing our identity. In other words, the worldview, self-image, beliefs, and biases that we hold that aren't serving us anymore. It's hard to change our habits if we don't change the original beliefs that led us there in the first place. By the way, if you're liking our video, smash the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Right. We've been thinking of ourselves a certain way for so long that when we try to do anything different, our automatic response is, I'm not good at this, or I've never been this way. If you want to read 1 book a month, then the goal is not to read a book a month, but to become a reader. Research has shown that if you tell yourself something enough and you believe it about yourself, you'll start to act in alignment with that belief, and the action will follow, good or bad. Our self-talk is so important in that way.
Yes, and James Clear breaks down behavior change in 4 laws. Number 1, make it obvious. Number 2, make it attractive. Number 3, make it easy. And number 4, make it satisfying. Making it obvious means identifying what new habit you want to start and give it a time and a place. For example, for number 1, make it obvious, you could say, I'm going to read 1 chapter a day at 8 p.m. on my favorite chair. The reason we want to do it like this is because people who make specific plans for when and where they will carry out their new habit are much more likely to follow through.
The second law is make it attractive, because if we expect a rewarding experience, we'll be more motivated to take action. If you need to develop the habit to exercise after dinner, but you'd rather binge your favorite show because that's your normal schedule, it's going to be a hard habit to develop. But what if you set up a treadmill or an exercise bike in front of your TV? So the hack here is just to figure out a way to make it rewarding, and you'll be more likely to do it.
The third law is make it easy. It's not about how perfect you can do it. At first, you just want to make sure you get it done. Every action requires a certain amount of energy, and the more energy required, the less likely we are to do it. Do you ever notice that when you first start a habit, you're super excited, you have plenty of energy, but after a few days, just thinking about it makes you tired? When we have days like this, it's important that we develop a process that makes what we need to do as convenient as possible. For example, if you have kids, make sure you already have childcare figured out, or go to the gym where childcare is provided. That way, there are no setbacks or excuses. If you're trying to eat healthy, make sure you meal prep for the entire week So all you need to do is grab and go.
The fourth law is make it satisfying. We have to admit that we all prefer instant gratification. That's how we become wired. But research has shown that people who are better at delaying gratification have higher SAT scores, lower levels of substance abuse, lower likelihood of obesity, better responses to stress, and superior social skills. And even though we know these things, it's so dang hard sometimes. So the best thing that we can do to help ourselves is to add a little bit of immediate pleasure to those habits that will pay off in the long run. Like if you work out every day for the week, go get your nails done on the weekend. Or if you did great on your diet all week, maybe have some ice cream on the weekend.
Yes, and once our habits are in place, have a way of tracking them. This can be as simple as getting a calendar out and marking the days out with an X after you've completed them. Think of it as another form of accountability to yourself. If you can see it, you're less likely to miss a day, but if you do, get back on track as quickly as possible. Having an accountability partner helps a lot too.
Yes, it does. It helps with us because, we agreed to start reading one book a month. And I think one of the reasons that we haven't let up and we continue to stay on track is because we're counting on each other. But I really like this book because James Clear doesn't pretend that developing new habits is easy. He looks at the science of human behavior and he admits that changing habits is hard to do, but at the same time, he's mentally preparing you and says, look, these are the hacks. Set yourself up for success by doing it this way instead of making it harder than it needs to be.
Agreed. For example, instead of focusing on this big goal you want to achieve, focus on who you wish to become and then work on getting 1% better each day. And guess what? You're going to get closer and closer to that goal every day. I love how simple these hacks are, like layering something you need to do with something you want to do. And when starting a new habit, make it something you can complete within 2 minutes. When a goal is easier to reach, you are way more likely to succeed, and then set a new and higher goal, and so on and so on. Slow and steady wins the race, right? We really enjoyed this book and highly recommend it to entrepreneurs, real estate agents, business owners, and really anyone who's looking to improve your life and improve yourself. So really, we recommend this book to everyone.
If you're reading along with us, our next book is going to be The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.